Creating maximum stretch in your body and rotating while maintaining that position generates the most power in your swing. This force traveling down is stronger than you think. So let me explain something good.
Wow!
How far do you hit your driver?
I compete in long drive contests, and my distances range from 300 to 320 yards. I haven't broken 320 yet.
Can either of you ladies hit 300 yards?
In long drive contests, yes, it's comfortable. Today, I want to share 3 key tips for getting more distance. The first one is vertical force. Second, cocking is essential for distance, and third, feel the club head weight. Increase acceleration when swinging through. I'll explain this practice method. I teach distance lessons, but I never actually learned long drive swing techniques. I just studied various swing mechanisms for power generation. Some people have really strong rotation. Others have strong vertical force. I learned various combinations, but since I have a left side injury, I generate most power using vertical force. When I use rotation, I actually get less distance. The rotation I mean is incorrect. Hip turn, our pelvis has limited range of motion. The opening range is very small, but when we lock the lower body and twist the torso first, it affects the lumbar spine. This causes many back injuries. I learned rotation early, so when backswing goes up, turn hips first. Many pros explained it this way. The timing never worked for me, probably because of my bad left leg, but when I practiced, the most distance I got was using downward force from the top, dropping the club head with trail side power. Creating shaft lag and whipping through impact gave me maximum distance. So for golfers with weaker lower body movement, since we can't all use our torso perfectly, I explain vertical force a lot too. Chairman, look.
What's vertical force?
Rotational force is when thoracic spine twist creates left axis rotation during downswing. That's how we hit the ball rotationally. Vertical force goes up in backswing, then drives down harder from the right, creating shaft power. That force extends the legs while simultaneously extending the arms through impact together. That's what I call using vertical force. What should amateurs use for more distance? Everyone's different. We all have different body types and strength, so some have stronger rotational power. Others have stronger vertical force. So I try to find swings that match each member's body. What if someone lacks rotational power? If your body doesn't coil much, but you have decent upper body strength, as long as you can fold and extend your elbow properly, just that movement alone can create shaft power. Equipment's so good nowadays. So delivering shaft power to the ball, think of it as delivery. Just placing it there creates plenty of distance. If you have good rotation, obviously creating maximum body extension and rotating around that axis, that creates the most power possible.
For weak lower body.
Even women I see, thin legs doesn't mean they lack strength. Some maintain great balance. The mistake I see is members thinking they shouldn't use lower body, adding tension that weakens upper body movement, actually losing more center balance. So I tell them to move. When new members come, I have them find their center, match that rhythm, and practice moving with natural flow. By establishing body balance this way, you can generate more rotational power when you swing. Just because your lower body is weak doesn't mean you can't have this rhythm, so if you maintain good center balance, you can create rotation. For people like me who have lower body limitations, there are ways to use the club head more effectively to hit the ball. So I also teach swings that come down stronger from the right side.
For someone with strong, sturdy legs, would you recommend rotational swing or vertical power? Basically, power.
I think rotational force is also a major source of generating more power. In golf, you can't hit powerfully with rotation alone. Vertical force, rotational power, and downward pressure all work together, so using all of these creates maximum power. But everyone uses power differently. Even huge muscle guys sometimes create better rotation by turning their upper body more. Some people create great rotation. Then there are people who look like they have no strength but have stronger wrist power than me and hit distance without using their body much. Those people exist too. Finding each member's strengths is most important. So instead of telling members don't do this or that, I encourage them to try everything. Pro Kim once said the best person in any field is the one who's made the most mistakes in that field. When you make lots of mistakes, that's when you create good things and improve. So I tell my members, rather than just saying, don't do this blindly, I want members to experience various ways they can use their power effectively. You need to make mistakes to find good techniques. When teaching students, it's important to help them avoid repeating mistakes, not scold them for making them. Scolding doesn't prevent mistakes. For generating power, I think having both vertical force and rotational power together is ideal. That's most ideal. But if we can't do everything correctly, sometimes I explain vertical force more to some people. Others need more explanation about rotational power. So after going down vertically, should you then rotate?
Should you rotate?
In the swing, we can't just use arm swing without the body, and we can't swing with body swing without using arms. So basically, I tell my students you need both rotational power and vertical force. During backswing, when we take away, of course, some pros just explain the feeling of thoracic rotation, just rotational feeling. But I think vertical force is huge. Of course, being tall makes this more advantageous for me. So I try to use more vertical force in my swing when I'm creating speed. Many students can't feel vertical force. For those people, I have them grip the club upside down. From the top, drive the head downward while extending the elbow to create speed until the lower body extends. So you go into backswing with this feeling, right? This force going up there is stronger than you think, so the dropping motion doesn't happen. Like our earlier mistake, when you drag it in and create a block, the head drop actually happens much faster. The drop happens faster, so dragging doesn't maintain your wrist cock. But when you drop it down properly, we create much stronger power to deliver the head to the ball. So when I tell students to drop the club vertically like this, to make the shaft flex in practice, many people get scared they'll hit the ground. But from a dress position. At the top, your trail shoulders high and lead shoulders low. From this position, no matter how much you drop, if the trail shoulder doesn't drop, if your side doesn't tilt, the club won't drop. But since it goes up like this, no matter how much you drop, it comes in the same way. So the entry line from this position during transition, students get surprised like this. If this motion drops straight down, there's no problem. Just clear the path. So when it drops down, if our left side clears the way, you'll generate much more swinging power. So you can trust it and come down. After taking many lessons, students often ask me about cocking. Cocking is when your wrists hinge upward like this. That's what we call cocking. So when the thumb points to the sky, that's cocking, and when the trail hand hinges outward, we call that hinge action. I tell students the lead hand cocking is crucial. Some students say they prefer early cocking, creating the cock early in the backswing because it feels more comfortable. Others say they don't know how to cock, so they'll push it back long, but cocking still happens naturally here anyway. I believe cocking happens naturally when you swing the club. There's a position where it hinges based on your body. Some people's cocking happens later, while others have it occur much earlier in front of their body. I think that depends on your body type. So even if you early cock the driver almost vertically and get that reverse pivot feeling, some long hitters still crush it. Some hit it long, but ladies who take it back super long without any coil don't get distance. So I always tell students that cocking absolutely affects your distance. For early cocking, if you're tall but have a narrow stance and smaller frame, rather than making a big takeaway that creates body drift, it's better to early cock inside your body and create the top position. If you can maintain space and swing the head through a big arc from there. Early cocking won't hurt your distance at all. So if you early cock but don't come down narrow and cramped in the downswing, dragging it through impact. Early cocking to create your top position can be a good method. And if you can stretch those lats, you'll definitely get more distance. So extend your takeaway longer from your body to create that stretch, then add your cocking after that. Then make your downswing. I think that's a great approach. Most students try to lift the club with their arms during practice swings on takeaway. Way too many do this. That slows you down. Using arm strength keeps slowing your speed, so I tell them use body turn for clubhead speed. But most think quickly. Lifting with arms means they made a fast backswing. So I use this light cover or heavier objects, and I'm blocking the clubhead from moving up here. To push this away, they have to use body, not arms. This pushing force creates acceleration as the clubhead rises up naturally. That acceleration connects to the dropping force, which helps increase your swing speed. It's one practice method. Use your body rotation for backswing, not your arms. If you just use arms like this, you break the coordination between arms and body, so with heavy objects, I push it out to the right. I'll turn right. When I push and it moves away, that upward force becomes one unified motion, and when you receive that force coming down, downswing speed increases too. That's why I create these drills.
How should amateurs actually apply this?
Put a cover here and push this heavy object starting from my feet. Without this cover, I use the feeling of sweeping the ground like this. Press down slightly with the club head. Normally the head should go first. To feel club head acceleration from backswing, when I turn my body from my feet, make the head lag behind your hands, getting dragged along to create that accelerating whip-through motion. That's one method. In grip position, most members just lift with their hands when I say quick backswing. Just arm lifting swings are common, so I teach using more body range. Push the body up and into the motion. That's what I practice. Want me to show you a great stretch? We need good body mobility range, so I tell students stretching is important too. To hit the ball well, you need range of motion, so for thoracic spine extension, I have you interlock fingers overhead. Turn right as far as you can go. And when your side bends down like this and comes back up, you get more rotation. This stretching increases your range of motion.
Doing stretches like this will expand your mobility range significantly for better turns.
Increase thoracic spine mobility like this.
Wow!
Turn and hinge upward. Takeaway. Cocking. That becomes your backswing top. After that, I never take backswing lessons, and all backswing worries disappeared. Practice wrist rotation, hip turn, body turn sequence. Your distance will increase 30 yards instantly.